With casual interviews with GT Entertainment. We're sitting here with Mikey Breaks. Well, that's your DJ name. So we're sitting here with Mike. Mike, how long you been DJing?
Going on 10 years.
10 years? Wow. And how long at GT Entertainment?
Going on 8 months.
It's been,
9 months.
And Mike just moved up from Hogtown, from Gainesville, and I've been very, very happy with everything that Mike's brought. Mikey, so, what's your favorite song to play at wedding? You can be slow or fast, but what's your favorite song to play at a wedding?
Slow song would be Journey, Open Arms. Fast song would have to be Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back.
Oh, I love that. I think that's got to be one of the that's just a great classic song, both of those. And actually, Harry earlier, his was Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, which he considers Journey to be the greatest group of all time.
I wouldn't say greatest group of all time, but they're very good.
Yeah, I didn't tell him that either.
They're very good.
So, give me like a favorite wedding memory.
Favorite wedding memory
that you can say on camera.
Well, as of recent, since joining with GT Entertainment, Greg, our faithful leader, had an idea of doing Florida versus Florida State in the money. When instead of when you put money on the dress or money to pay to dance, you do money pots, and whoever wins gets the other theme song, Florida or Florida State. And I did a wedding recently with GT Entertainment, and we did that, and it went over really well. It was the first time I've ever done anything like that. It was all Greg's idea, but it went over really well at the wedding. Everybody had a really good time doing it, and I had a really good time doing it. Kind of brought everybody together. It was actually a really good Florida versus Florida State family, so it worked out pretty good, and that was a pretty good memory.
Cool.
Pretty good one.
You're a big club guy. You're like the best actual DJ with GT Entertainment. And to ask everybody else, I mean, weddings you're great with, but clubs, we've asked everybody, like, with weddings, what is something you've done behind the scenes? But maybe you can tell us, like, something with clubs, like behind the scenes, something that's gone awry and that you've been there to, to smooth things out.
When I was living in what you all call Hogtown, I DJ'd at 3 or 4 different clubs. I managed a few of them and did a lot of sound and lighting installations at some of them. And before one of the clubs that were opening, we actually had Brett Michaels. He was actually doing a performance at one of the clubs. He was there for a little get-together. And actually had a couple microphones that we needed to do. And long story short, one of the microphones ended up went down, which was not it was actually a wireless that we had rented from somebody else. It actually went down. So I had lived about 15 minutes from the club, and without anybody knowing, I kind of snuck out, drove all the way home, got one of my microphones, drove all the way back, reset everything up, configured the microphone for him, and nobody even noticed what went wrong. And the show went on successfully. Brett Michaels had a good time, and we all had a good time. So that was kind of one of the more crazy moments, having to drive all the way home, drive all the way back, and did everything without anybody noticing I was even gone.
All right, so we've asked everybody, and you being the newest with us, but not to DJing, what sets you apart? What makes you unique?
Well, my DJing style is probably a little bit different than everybody else's. I'm more of what you would call a mix show DJ. My main goal is not necessarily to play, well, it is to play all the songs you want to hear, but it's to play them in a manner that realistically the music never ever stops, which is called beat mixing. I won't get into the technicality of it, but that's more of my style. Is I kind of do it a little bit of club style. It's more done in clubs. It's more big name DJs do that style, but that's more what I do, and I kind of try to get everything to blend together, songs that match well together, and just try to keep it real continuous and real upbeat, and it's kind of my thing.
So you're not jumping from it's like one continuous mix for the entire event.
There's methods to the madness and jumping genres, going from when you have when you have people that listen to real extensive different styles of music, when you go into country to rock and roll to 80s, it's a little tricky, but I subscribe to certain music companies that do remixes of a lot of songs, and I get a lot of 80s remixes, a lot of rock remixes, so it helps me in blending those together and getting different genres to join together that you normally wouldn't even think of, mixing a country with a rock song or mixing a country with a hip-hop song.
So it's something like, even though I've heard the song for like, we'll just say the last 20 years, with what you're going to bring, it's like hearing it all over again, but yet recognizable at the same time.
Exactly. For instance, what one of our other DJs said earlier, Journey, Don't Stop Believing, I actually have that song, but the same lyrics, same chorus, same everything, except the beat is totally different. And the beat's a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more clubby, bouncy. Not over the top to where you're going to be like, oh my god, what happened to this? But enough to where you can go, wow, this is really cool, and you can dance a little bit different to it, but it's still, and you can still sing a song, you can still sing along, you know, don't stop believing. You know, you can still sing along, but it's got a different beat, a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more punchy, and adds a little bit of, that's what I do. I try to make things a little bit more different. You know, everybody can turn on the radio and listen to the same song, but I want you to hear the same song and still enjoy it, but have a different beat behind it and a different style behind it, so you can still go, oh, this is really good. I'm enjoying it.
Very cool.
So.
Very cool.